Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And we're going to take another look at a detransitioning story, this time a young Floridian girl. She transitioned to become a boy and went down a one-way street from which there is no return. Pressurised into this, having done the surgery, having taken the drugs, realised it was not for her. She wants to come back to become the woman she should have been, but it's all far too late. She will never be a mother, will never breastfeed, and is in constant pain and with increased risks of many different types of other diseases. She is now backing a law to ban it. Let's have a look at this story, because it does, although this is in America, it does affect everyone everywhere, because the truth of the matter is that once you pressurize a child into going down this road, you destroy that child. Here we go. So, a girl, 17, who transitioned back from being a boy, reveals how puberty blockers and surgery have irreversibly and painfully ruined her body as she backs Florida law blocking medical interventions. Chloe Cole told how taking puberty blockers and having surgery damaged her. She said it left her unlikely to be able to ever have children and unable to breastfeed. She also told how she could be at risk of certain types of cancer due to the treatment. Chloe told of her trauma in a heartbreaking testimony during a hearing in Florida, and officials have discussed reimbursements made to those after hormone therapy. So Chloe Cole opened up about how taking puberty blockers and having surgery irreversibly and painfully damaged her body from the age of 13. So they're giving these drugs to children, 13-year-old children. She said it has left her unlikely to ever have children and unable to breastfeed if she can, because she's had the double mastectomy. She also told how she could be at risk of certain types of cancer, such as cervical cancer, due to her invasive treatment. Chloe revealed her trauma in a heartbreaking testimony during a hearing on the reimbursements being made to those seeking hormone therapy in Florida. And this comes after Governor Ron DeSantis last month moved to ban transition therapies for children and to revoke Medicaid support for trans adults treatments in the state, which is one of the first few things Ron DeSantis has done right in a long time. Brackets not including the Disney, because he has sort of threatened them after their, should we say, grooming issues. But he has actually shown himself to starting to get it, starting to stand on the side of angels. The Republican state leader backed a letter sent by the state Surgeon General, who DeSantis appointed to his post in February. Joseph Lombardo urged Florida's Board of Medicine to establish a new standard of care for treating minors considering a transition. Chloe from Central Valley in California told a hearing of Medicaid officials in Tallahassee on Friday, "No child should have to experience what I have. No child should ever be forced down that one-way street. No child should be treated medically for what is ultimately a mental condition. Treat them, but treat them psychiatrically and psychologically, not surgically." The teen said, "No child should have to experience what I have. My consent was not informed." She said that therapists told her prior to transitioning she did not understand the ramifications. At one point she said, "I was unknowingly physically cutting off my true self from my body, irreversibly and painfully." Yes, but I bet you were pushed down that line. Because you don't just sit there one day and think, right, I'm going to have this. Someone has discussed this with you. She added, "That realisation actually was one of the biggest things that led to me realising that this was not the path I should have taken." Later she was asked what her advice to the public would be. She replied, "Do not transition your kids." The youngster was medically transitioned between the ages of 13 and 16, having her mastectomies at 15 in June 2020. She was also taking testosterone and puberty blockers and started going by the first name Leo. Chloe previously spoken openly about her transition, saying she first came out to her parents at 13. Earlier this year, she told the New York Post it was because of her exposure to LGBTQP activism on Instagram. At age 11, parents, take your phones off your kids, that she pushed towards transitioning. Because it's not as controlled on Instagram. You get all the weird the trans lobby, push, push, push. TikTok, on Instagram, things like that. They push, 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 and they aim specifically at children. They're weird. They should be on registers. They are dangerous. I started being exposed to a lot of LGBT content and activism. I saw how trans people online got an overwhelming amount of support, and the amount of praise they were getting really spoke to me, because at the time I didn't really have a lot of friends of my own. The problem you've got is that you looked at these trans activists and thinking, oh look, they're really friendly. They're not. They don't care about you. They only care about their cause. You are a foot soldier and you have fallen in battle. Chloe said she was still waiting to find out if her testosterone injections that were administered by her mother have left her infertile. I would suggest that the mother needs to be prosecuted as well. When speaking about her mastectomies, she said it was a very graphic process and it was definitely something I wasn't prepared for. She added, I'm still in the dark about the overall picture of my health right now. Of course you are. Prior to undergoing a mastectomy, told Composites News she met with a therapist and a gender specialist before meeting a surgeon. Chloe told the website, being in class, learning about the bond between mother and child that comes with breastfeeding helped to change her mind. She should have had this before ever transitioning. She was pushed down and this is the result. If you are that mentally ill, because it is a mental illness, you need psychological help. You don't need the trans lobby pushing agenda down the face of a child. In May 2021, she said she stopped taking her testosterone injections. Cole, said her senior year was rough as she detransitioned, saying the gay side of my school hated me. But there was a silver lining in the shape of a new boyfriend who was from 2 towns over. Chloe said, I genuinely think he was a gift from God. I was looking for a niche to fit in and a sense of fulfillment, but now she says she doesn't really believe in gender identity at all. So here she is. She's a girl, went through all that. She's now a girl again, and she's got a boyfriend. So well done to her. Well done for her coming back. But look at the damage it has caused. Her speech was in support of Rule 59F 1.050. And that would restrict Medicaid funding for transgender treatments, which is being supported by DeSantis. And it's just basically him going on and saying, look, let's not do this for the kids. Let's protect them. And good luck to him. It goes on a bit, which I'm not going to go into. I'm going to come up and round off. And there, dear friends, is another salient lesson, should one be needed, that if you have a child that's showing those signs or inquiring about such things, you seek psychiatric help before you start pumping puberty blockers or going under a surgeon's knife. You don't know what the problem is. She was a confused 13-year-old girl. She's now a 17-year-old girl about to enter womanhood. And she's not gay. She's not trans. She's now becoming a woman and has a boyfriend. She's perfectly normal and starting to find happiness. But all children are a bit confused. They have questions. Their hormones are all aflutter, 13, 14, 15. We all know this, no surprise. Don't jump at the first request. Wait. Because for 99% of the time, it isn't going to be an issue. But virtually every time it is an issue and you get it wrong, it's destructive. Anyway, I shall round off there. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, leave a like, leave a comment, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.